This guy doesn't give a damn about any girl or any woman. Matter of fact, he might doesn't give a damn about his own life. That's how much he cares. And the reality of the situation is like, she doesn't she doesn't love, and it's so sad. The saddest it's ever been. She doesn't love, she doesn't love. And I mean, like, it's fine by me. But if you like a sucker ass guy, it's like, damn, bro. Why should she care? Like, at all. Not only she, matter of fact, why should anybody care? So that's why I always say, you guys have to get your ass on semen retention. Because if you guys continue with that dirty ass habit, like to play with your schmeat and try to prove a point basically, which is by playing yourself, you'll continue to be defeated and depleted like the rest of the world. That's why I say you gotta protect yourself from this fake ass society. Soy society. God damn it. And it's like how we are in the year 2026 and still talking about if you should play with your meat or not. Defeated and depleted, that's what's up, Exa. They be busting all over the tissues, into the toilet. Some use even socks, I hear. And it's like, bro, aren't you like 40, 50 years already? Like, how long do you want to continue the like facade of being a player or whatever you think that you are? You definitely ain't no player if you're playing with your schmeat. Which doesn't mean I want you to be a player. Hell to the F no. Because it's like you're gonna end in the same spot as the society did end. Defeated and depleted. If you really think about it, if you remember, always when you did bust that nut, post nut clarity settled in and you was like, God damn it, how's my girlfriend like this energetic and I am defeated and depleted? There you got your answer. Because you are literally depleted, which means you are defeated. And it's just a matter of time. Obviously, everybody gonna back to the max. That's what's up. Obviously, everybody gonna eventually no longer live on this earth. At least not spiritually. But it's like you guys' heart is desiring to just leave this place, which is fine, which should be that way, but not in that way, meaning by pleasing yourself, you're just wasting a ish ton of blood. Like, it is like 32 kilograms of food that you have to consume to build 600 milliliter of blood or 60 milliliter of blood, which in return gets converted to 15 milliliter, like 15 milliliter of sperm. and like one ejaculation costs 20 milliliter. 20 milliliter. Do you know what that even means? This means you are constantly in a cycle of hello Nicole Lindstedt. This means you are constantly in a state of, or hello Nicole, means you are constantly in a state of depletion. How he know that? I'ma tell you why. You look into my eyes, at my eyes. Now you can't see them properly, but the eye bags, maybe now you see. It's like, do you think this just comes from bad sleep? Like, be honest about yourself. When you please yourself or even have S3 X, after this you are tired, defeated, and depleted. Your minerals are literally got sucked out of your body. If it's with a woman or with a girl, depending on which class you are like dealing with. And this is why they also look like that. Or you. I don't know if you are still doing this. Me, definitely not. Since 2 months. And it's like, bro, I'd rather sit here in a, how you call it, like in a corner somewhere and be celibate instead of laying or sitting somewhere. I even had people are playing with themselves, little boys, pause, in school toilet. My brother showed me literally a video, I'm not even kidding, where a boy was pleasing himself. And I was like, holy, couldn't you just wait until you grab your own schmeat? Like, couldn't you wait? I mean, you gotta be having testosterone like 3 bolts at the same time that you have to please yourself in the school toilet. And as I said, the more we please ourselves or our woman or any girl or woman, the more of a, the more of the more blood we lose. Yeah, and minerals and vitamins, which essentially are supposed to help us to think, to speak, to walk, everything of that good stuff. And it's just like, bro, you even can't eat that much food to replenish all of the nutrients, all of the fluids. But apparently the skull of most of the people is like slim to non-existent. Привет, Зарема. Привет, привет, привет. Imagine that people be so mad about you that you practice something that you already was practicing as a young child. So what does that tell you? This basically just tells you you like to behave like a demon. Because I can't remember when an adult or somebody came up to me and said, "You gotta please yourself." It was subconsciously planted into our like mind that we have to play with our schmied. What about women play with their Pfirsich? What do you mean by Pfirsich? Do you mean punana? Or like their butt? Regardless, not playing with women, we are not we are not supposed to play with women. Not at all. I mean, you can be playful with them. You can make jokes, have fun, like eating ice cream, but like if you want to bust in them, only for recreational purposes. Only. That's it. And if you guys ever decide to be on semen retention, and have a girlfriend or woman or friendship plus, you guys need to learn how to stop the ejaculation. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you're still gonna lose a lot of energy. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same again. So imagine that, me sitting in a mall and like having no money, or at least not what people would consider a lot of money, and still having 2 nuggets full of $1 million. Like, it's just like one of those things that you can't replicate if you are not retaining. Know what I'm saying? People be so caught up in busting and lusting that the only thing that they have in common is like being defeated and depleted. Or as I like to say, love to say, to be a demon. To be a defeated and depleted demon. So why is we still acting as if it's something like unobtainable to get it? Literally, I told you, if you are on SR, it's one of the easiest things in the world. Now obviously you gotta talk to them and maybe let shine through your personality, but they be giving it even to a pig, as once my friend said. Like, the multi-million-dollar nugget guy. I told you guys, we are $1 million boys because we have the golden juice, and it's just one of those things that you are not able to replicate on this earth if you are not doing it by yourself. And even then, why would you want to replicate it one-to-one? You have your own personality, your own God-given strength, and you really cannot like let your personality shine through, because as I said, you are depleted and defeated. You don't have like the juice for this. And things would never be the same again for you guys if you would actually like listen to that what I say and start to retain. Just get on that ish. Stop wasting your seat. Stop wasting your time with them girls. Like, they don't even love you, don't like your personality. They just flap their gums next to you, and it's like, was? Ich bin Tschetschene, habt ihr was gesagt? Ach so. And it's just like, bro, how are you able to like replicate the aura if you don't have the juice? You know what I'm saying? If you don't have the juice, you don't got the fire, you don't got the fuego, and certainly you don't got the energy. And why are we still acting as if it's like something like you guys be really acting like, I heard people like, oh man, I got to talk to her, I make like this, I make like this, da, da, da. Do you really think she likes me? Da, 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 da. Man, you guys are indirect like women, like girls. And it's just like, if you had the capacity between your legs, you would literally go up to her, say either yes or no, and that's it. That's it. Why do you think that guys also like snitch talk and are not able to fight, like walking around like, yes, like girls? Like literally, poo, face. Because there's no juice, there's no fire, there's no fuego. People, especially men, are defeated and depleted. And most of you guys will stay that until forever. Ja, Exe, das sage ich immer. Sie sollen direkt Furcht verspüren. Ich werde denen eine Angst bereiten, die sie noch nie in ihrem Leben gespürt haben. Weil ich kenne genau so eine Leute. Ich habe sie oft genug kennengelernt, werde sie weiter kennenlernen und möchte sie mehr kennenlernen. Pause. Im Sinne von, dass ich denen deren Gesichter zertrümmern will. Was jetzt nicht heißen soll, dass ich den kleinen Kindern jetzt ernsthaft was angetan hätte. Aber ich hätte da entweder jemanden gerufen, der in deren Alter ist und deren Gesichter zertrümmert hätte. Oder aber ich hätte sie mit Worten besiegt, wie gerade eben. Weil das ist nun mal das Spiel von Mädchen. Worte und deren Gums halt flappen. Und wenn einer ein Mädchen von mir sein will, dann werde ich ihm auch zeigen, dass er ein Mädchen ist. Because it's like, you guys are not retaining girls also, like, actually girls are retaining the seed from the man that they bang with. But there's no way in hell to the heaven that these girls like have a higher intellect than a guy who's retaining his seed. Damn, how do you know that, ex-Chechen? Because actually I am retaining myself, and if I look into the eye of a girl or woman, and as soon as she starts to play some mind games, My intuition, my spirit, my mind, every single cell in my body says to me, get thee away from her. Literally. It's just something about a guy or woman who is retaining their actual life force energy, which can't be replicated because it's like a baby girl. I know exactly what's up. You don't have to pretend in front of me. You won't be able to pretend in front of me. And if you think we are here to just wishy-washy and play them stupid monkey games, you're about to catch a rude awakening. And that's how you have to behave in front of them. Not only in front of them, in front of everybody, subconsciously at least. I don't mean like walk around, like be mean and be arrogant and cocky. No, 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 no. Don't get it twisted. Please, like, hold on. Especially to your life force energy. Because you guys who's still playing with their schmied, what don't you understand? Like, it is tiring. It is making you like wahnsinnig. It is making you mad. It is making you crazy. It is pushing your brains out of your like skull. It really is. People be snitch talking next to you, and you guys either you don't realize it, or even if you would realize it, you are not able to stand up for yourself because your nuggets is empty. It's all about either you got full nuggets or empty nuggets. It be that way. And you will realize if you are on the retention journey, the more you retain, more beautiful girls come around you, check you out, all of that good stuff. CPM Rafaifan. Ich habe das locker falsch ausgesprochen. Spielt ja auch keine Rolle jetzt. Schreibt, du bist es wieder. Willkommen zurück. Back to the max. And by retaining your seed, you got the energy actually to tell the people, hey, listen, you're gonna look them dead in the eye and say, listen, if you about that monkey shit, about that, now I cursed again. Let me slow down. I'm a little bit on the pedal. Nee, Pfeifern. Nicht Edeka gerade, Kaufhaus. Erdgeschoss. Gerade eben bei Rewe gewesen. You will be able to say like, listen, if you want to play, we can go as an example. I'm gonna turn the camera. As an example, we can go into this corner. This corner, you see where the Einkaufswagen is? We can go into this corner and we can like let it pop in. We can like do it. And you gonna realize, I'm gonna tell you right now, listen clearly to me. You better listen to me what I say right now. The only people who are willing to like, and even they are scared of you, are the most brutal thugs. These are the only people that really would like come into a physical altercation with you. And even them is like small poo. Damn. How do you know that? Because I actually saw it. Not only did I saw it, I experienced it face to face. I had literally thugs that are like way more than double than me come up to me and say, "What's up?" Then I looked them dead ass in the eye, and subconsciously I already knew it's a bluff. They would never try to throw a fist against me, because if you look into the eye of a retainer, you know he definitely gonna beat you back. He's just gonna make like this. Gonna take you like this can of Monster Energy and smack you around. That's what I'm saying always, like go in the corner, CPM, Arafai. Exe, please. I think Faye Fan has a working brain, maybe not the proper heart, let's just say it like that, but at least he has a brain which is working, I think. So don't make no monkey business, please, in the comments. That's not what it's about. I believe that Faye Fan is somewhere deep in his heart a good man. And it's like, bro, 2025, 2024, 2023, in the beginnings of these years, we had the same conversations. We had the same like aura, not the same aura, but like the same spirit, like the same clear heart. Under my chest is a heart of a lion. Bounty hunters are trying, searching for me. And why are we still not retaining our seed? It's just one of those questions which obviously we know the answer, because most of the men are addicted. Women also. No fitna, bro. We have made khayr. We have made khayr, bro. No, honestly. We are on some khayr type stuff. Not even stuff. But right now we are on khayr. So, that's that. And we guys, also me, I'm not only talking to you, I'm talking to me, like clearing subconsciously and consciously my own mind out, putting out all of the equations that used to keep me down on this 3D world. It's like, where's the spirit, man? Why are we still acting as if we have no spirit, no remorse, no tears when we are like in our bed, something really bad stuff happened, and we be like on some BS trying to act. Faye Fan fragt, bist du im Edeka? Nein, ich bin nicht im Edeka. Wieso fragst du mich das jedes Mal? Ich hoffe, du willst dich nicht mit mir treffen auf so einen Kennenlernmodus. Aber wenn du dich treffen willst, um, Gott bewahre, rauszufinden, ob ich wirklich das bin, was ich hier zeige, was ich bin. Ich hoffe wirklich, du bist kein Dämon-Fan. Jetzt aber mal zurück zum Thema. Back to the max. Entschuldige. Also wir haben wirklich spezifisch überall, wo wir uns bewegen, Leute, die wissen wollen, ob wir wirklich auf der Engelseite oder auf der Dämonenseite kämpfen. Warum wollen die das unbedingt wissen? Die wollen das wissen, weil die nicht selber auf der Engelseite kämpfen. Weil wenn du auf der Engelseite kämpfen würdest, auf der Lichtseite, würdest du niemals zu irgendjemandem, man sieht das ja in den Augen meistens schon, wenn man wirklich ein Lichtarbeiter ist wie wir, das muss jetzt sein. Back to the max, ich rappe und attackiere deine Rapper, wisst ihr, was verbeißt du mich tief in der Szene und baue mich auf mit Amphetamine. Because you would see in the eye of the people, Faye-Fan, du warst doch vor 2 Tagen in Edeka, schreibt er. Mann, Faye-Fan, also du bist hier wirklich drauf aus, mich irgendwie in Unsicherheit zu bringen oder dass ich jetzt in Verlegenheit geraten würde. Das ist mir klar. Spielt ja auch keine Rolle jetzt. Aber das wird nicht funktionieren. Das siehst du nämlich in meinen Augen. Und deswegen versuchst du auch immer wieder hier mit deinem kleinen Lulu. Nein, das ist nur Spaß. Okay, dann nehme ich es als einen Spaß. Jetzt habe ich wegen dir vergessen, was ich sagen wollte. Irgendwas mit Semen Retention. Auf jeden Fall, genau. Wir haben Dämonen, die... Wir haben Khair gemacht. Vor allem mit den Alhamdulillahs. Wir haben Engel und Dämonen, ja. Jetzt kann man natürlich sagen, ey, du Spinner, du hast doch gerade eben Alhamdulillahs gesagt. Ja, das sage ich erstens selber als Moslem. Davon mal abgesehen, komplett davon mal abgesehen, vergiss mal erstens. Das sage ich als jemand, der auf der Lichtseite kämpft. Weil was ist damit gemeint, wenn ich sage, Alhamdulillah? Deren Religion als Vorwand verwenden, habt ihr mal jemals was von Takir gehört? Takir. Weißt du, was das bedeutet? Takir ist, wenn du deine eigene Religion im Islam verwenden kannst, um zu lügen, um schlimmste Gräueltaten zu machen. Was nicht heißen soll, dass ich euch sage, ihr sollt es machen. Lieber Gott. Tschüss, bis dann. Nee, jetzt mal im Ernst. Tschüss. And that's what I want you to stay away from. Like the Takir, obviously, but first and foremost, stay away from the dark side, from the shaitans, which are trying actively to bring you into the like sinning, playing with yourself, playing with your Schmied, playing with your Wiener, and all of that nasty stuff, because you're gonna be on the demon side of things. I don't understand how you guys still manage to be like somebody who you are not. Either you say you retain and you retain, or you don't retain. Because the life isn't a game, even though we can play. And I'm not talking about your meat, or Frankfurter, or Wiener, or Schmied. You guys need to stop this disgusting ass, filthy, dirty ass behavior. Because it's just like, bro, you are playing with yourself and still are defeated and depleted in 2026. And it's just like one of those things where you really gotta ask your own mind, like, is it worth all the hustle? What do I mean by hustle? You gotta go into the internet, gotta pull up the sites, you got multiple tabs open, then you gotta make sure that your mother, family members, or woman, whoever you have also in the household, that they are not close enough to you, meaning you go into the toilet as an example, or go into your locker room or in the locker itself. Some of you go into the attic and close the doors and then just pull it up and down. Pull it up and down. Get on your kneecaps and then just like, you know what the dirty ass guys are doing there. And then just like, if you have the courage to do all of this hustle, man, why are you not going up to the girl up front and at least talk to her something? Now, I don't mean say directly to her, hey, I want to bang the ish out of you, your brains. You can make it a little bit more polite. But if you want to go that route and be that direct, at least look that you are not coming across like a maniac or something. Something similar like that. How do I know that? Because I actually experienced it multiple times. Yes, that's what's up. It's just something about us guys who are retaining their seat and are able to like hold on to these kind of conversations like nobody else. Because actually we got the juice, we got the fire, we got the fuego, we got the pump, we got the full nuggets. We are $1,000,000 boys, literally. And you goddamn know, ain't nobody gonna just step in front of us and convince us otherwise. Ich ticke die Packs an G's in meinem Ghetto. Ja, da kommen doch einige Erinnerungen hoch. Yes, allies. It's like, if we are not retaining, ain't nobody on this earth gonna help us. Not one single person gonna help us on the most difficult task that we got. The task, you know, that everybody has. To be with, to be able to talk to anybody without fear. To be, to have to be, how do you say it in English? Basically, if you are retaining, you are slowly also healing your traumas. Yes, you actually do. And if you see in my eyes, You definitely see I'm very, very close to it. Wann kommt Room Tour? Wollt ihr wirklich X-Chechens Zimmer sehen? Also, Himmel, Arsch und Zwirn. Wenn ihr die Bruchbude seht, die einzigsten, die da hinkommen wollen, sind Mädels und Frauen. Aber weder das eine noch das andere hat dort Zutritt. Weder die einen noch die anderen haben dort Zutritt. Weil ich habe euch gesagt, I'm not gonna be defeated and depleted. Because it's just like, if you really think I'm gonna bust that nut, baby girl, you better make sure that you look like Ariana Grande in positions times, and you are retaining your Eierstöcke or woman retention, and you got a clean spirit, or at least trying to get a clean spirit. Because it's just like, if you are standing in front of a guy like me, I'm gonna look you dead ass in the eyes, and I'm gonna know immediately if you want to try to play games with me. Yes, this is what I do with people who try to play mind games with me. It's just one of those things like, bro, how are you able to be 40 minutes into the live streams and literally just talk about semen retention and holding it down like nobody else? Because I am holding it back. I am holding the golden juice back. I'm retaining it. And I love it. People often think I'm chilling with girls and a lot of people. And the question I am asking myself, are you sure you want to be chilling with me? Do you even know what this means? At every single corner, a brutal thug could come around. Especially like back in the days. And it's just one of those things, I'ma promise you, I'ma pop off if I have to. And you better got your guns sticked up. Now, I don't want you to be like walking around with guns or things in your pockets, other things. What I want you to do is like, be aware of it. Die kannst du haben, ja. Die kannst du haben, ist von mir, ja. The semen retention final boss. I wouldn't put it that way. The real final boss that I know of is the shaved Lion King. But maybe most probably there are some monks out there who live completely in isolation and retaining their seed since more years than the shaved Lion King even does. And it's just like, damn, how do you know that? Because I think so. Because I heard of people that are able to manipulate the Raum von Zeit und Geist. This means room and ghost, like spirit. You know Dragon Ball Z, where Kakarot and Vegeta go into the room where the time is ticking way faster than the actual time on Earth or Namek or wherever, which planet there was at this time. And it's just one of those things, guys. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you are one of those guys, hat dein Pfand geschnurrt? Bitte nicht Schnorren sagen, das ist... Bitte nicht Schnorren sagen. Schnorren ist wir müssen immer Respekt zeigen, wenn wir Respekt wollen. Sonst kommt wieder eines dieser brutalen Schläge und verdammt nochmal, woher weiß er das? How does he know that? Because he experienced it multiple times. And it's just one of those things that you guys will experience in your life if you are really retaining your seed. Yeah, you're gonna experience it. I probably did experience it right now. Somebody's slick talking next to me, but to be honest, a Chechen like me against a defeated and depleted Kuma like you? Oh no 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 no, we rather make khayr with the hamdulillah. Yeah, you know what I'm about. Retain my seed, eating good food. Yeah, obviously I drank the Monster. But it's just like, if I drink the Monster, you better bet your ass that I'll be making sports every single day, throwing punches in your way, if I figure out you're gay. Damn, now I cursed again in the streams, man. They're gonna block my ass. Doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. What matters is what I wanted to say. And what I wanted to say is, even if I am eating dirty, pause. Meaning like, even if I eat unhealthy food, you goddamn hell to the heaven no, I'm gonna eat 90%, 95% clean food, gonna make the sports, and most definitely, baby girl, gonna retain the seat. So there's no point in looking at me, staring at me, or hoping even that I'm gonna come around. Baby girl, we're not gonna play these games by your terms. We might gonna play the game, but only if I ever see that you are mutish enough. If you are not a coward, if I ever catch you being around a bitch boy, or like, baby girl, that's a huge ass red flag. Huger than your butt down. And back to the max, back to the topic. By retaining the seed, you're gonna have high standards. Yes, I drank that ish, but at the same time I used it for good purposes. What is the good purpose? To be here, to talk, and still retain my God-given seed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm about. Definitely not getting my COK sucked. Definitely not. Because God told me, if I ever catch you again breaking a girl's heart, I don't mean like cheating on her or this stupid stuff. In terms of, if I ever see you interacting with a woman and giving her a slightest ick or ill, or damn, he's weird, or he's a maniac, or whatever girls find disgusting and makes them fear. He said to me, I'm gonna whoop your ass, and you're not gonna just simply stand back up. No. He said to me like this. So I looked at him and said, all right, I got you, I understood it. Now I am 2 months deep into that ish, and holding it down, especially holding it back, holding inside of my nuggets, and it's just one of those things that it's not replicatable. You can't come next to me and talk like that freely and open about it because you don't have the sauce. You don't have the fire, you don't have the fuego, and most definitely you don't got full nuggets. And that's why you are a defeated and depleted Kuma. And it's just like, how are we still chasing girls in the year 2026? Or women, depending on which preferences you got. And if I ever catch you talking to a underage girl, you know what I'm gonna do. Oh, this is making me angry, man. Also, I got girls who are literally just waiting for me to approach, but it's just like, baby girl, I'm way too old. I got white hair. Go play with them. Alhamdulillah. That's in your age, please, because we know there are a lot of rappers and dirty as kidderase who have done this thing, and those are the guys that still act as if nothing ever happened in their life, and all the money, all the fame, all the girls, women, they will protect me. Or hell to the heaven, no. It's over. Literally, it's over. The all-seeing eye, which is up in the sky, which is basically the sun, it is watching permanently to everybody. And it is seeing right through your soul, into your brain, into your heart. And if it only is a little bit weighing more than a feather, you guys gonna be like smacked around and thrown to the air and this is one of those things that I wanted to prevent you from, to be like not like everybody else who's always chasing money, chasing not always flapping their gums. But you guys don't listen. Clearly you guys don't listen, because if you would listen, you would retain that seed, put your nuggets into your panties, put your panties like your jeans, pull them back up, and if you have a girlfriend or woman, you would say, baby girl, step back, stop the sucking, suck off, fuck off, go away right now, baby girl. And if she again wants it, I would say like, baby girl, either you run my program with my program, I wanted to say, or you stay there where you are and you just stay there, and I'm gonna go my way. You know what I'm saying? What about interacting with a man? I don't know which kind of man you mean, in the sense of, do you mean like on some homosexual way? Because let me talk about respect. Yeah, you will have on a day-to-day basis so-called men who are trying you with words, which is in and itself a cowardly behavior. Because if you look at the guys as an example in the States, they're gonna pop off your goddamn brain, and there's no baby girl who's gonna be able to help you. But in Germany we have this culture of talking the talk. Unfortunately, why do I say unfortunately? Because it's just like, if you would be a real man, you would go up to another man and tell him like a man the truth. You would say to him, hey, you are disgusting, or I don't like this about you, whatever you don't like. Or even if you want to smash his brains, you most probably wouldn't even talk to him. You just would let it go and like pop it off. You know what I mean? And here in Germany, then when you interact with a man, he gonna have respect for you, from you, for you, and from you, if he is respecting, especially from the get-go. Because, as I said, on retention, you got every time a guy who is seeing in your eyes, especially if you are taking care of yourself, that you are a attractive guy, and girls are looking, always checking you out, and guys are very jealous of this. Imagine that a man is getting jealous of another man because she is not willing to improve himself. She is not willing to, she's not able, either that or not willing or not able to sacrifice his own life when it boils down to it. That's what it really is. And so he is jealous of you and is still keeping up this act and showing you by his behavior with like little gestures, kleine Gesten, and trying to bring off your concept. I had a situation like 30 minutes ago, no, like 1 hour ago, right before I started the stream here, and it was like, oh homeboy, if we go upstairs where no cameras are, it's not gonna be a prawn. People might gonna confuse it with one, but it's gonna be a tough time for you. And the guy was looking at me and he said like, I don't remember his exact words. I looked at him and said, what do you mean by showing your finger like this into my direction? Not into my direction. Basically, he was bluffing at the end of the day. And that's when I knew, homeboy, you're not a threat. The only threat that you are making is that one to yourself, because you are busting your nuts. That's why you are defeated and depleted Kuma. So the next time you see somebody jealous of you, I want you to strike fear into their hearts. I don't mean fear into their hearts like a demon would do, by showing his strength and like streaming around and showing that he's physically and touching him. And no, guys. The next time somebody is jealous of you, what I want you to do and what you will do is you're gonna handle it like this. You're gonna look this motherfucker, you're gonna look him into the eyes and make sure that you speak in a calm but controlled and aggressive way to him. If you remember, I don't know if I even told you this, I had a guy touching me in the supermarket. He said, sorry, can I go past you? He touched my shoulder and I said to him, looked at him dead ass in the eye and said, don't you ever touch a Chechen again. But I said it in a very controlled, aggressive manner. This is what I want you guys to do. Not screaming around and ah. Because if you make it in a controlled manner, what happens is the guy immediately, I'm gonna promise you this right now, immediately gonna know what you are about. He gonna know you're gonna clap back. He gonna most definitely know he's not playing with a fraud. And and this is like actual man behavior, manly behavior, manly mannerisms. You gotta be able and willing. If shit is going down, you gotta be willing and able to fight. Because eventually you will have to fight. I promise you this right now. If you and your girlfriend are one day, now I don't recommend having a girlfriend or woman or friendship plus, I don't know how you call it in English. Like basically, I don't recommend having S3X at all, only for recreational purposes. But if you are outside with a girl or woman, eventually there comes up a thug who is having way more weight on him, who is bigger than you, and he gonna try to test you. He might even go up to your girl or woman and try to flirt with her. Do you honestly want to stay there or sit there and just take it? Be honest, guys. If a guy flirts, imagine if he touches your woman or girl and you just stand there knowing that you are a coward, knowing that you have no juice between your nuggets, knowing that what I told you is the brutal truth in a raw form. And you can't do nothing about it, especially because you didn't retain your seed, you didn't make sports every day, you are not eating clean, you are not feeding your mind with proper spiritual things. And then you are not able to fight, to protect. This is why most women, most girls cheat on you guys. That's the reason why. Because they see you as a sucker ass, feige ass, peinliche Feigling. I'm sorry to tell you, I really am sorry. I wish I could say something else. But this is the reality of the situation. Why do you think so many marriages and relationships get broken up? Because eventually the girl, woman is realizing, oh, I'm in a relationship with a sucker ass, feige ass, dreckige Mistsau who is pleasing themselves, ain't doing ish with his life, shit with his life. So of course baby girl gonna leave, and you have no options, you have no fighting strength, and most definitely you got no juice between your nuggets. Play with Wiener. Exe, I hope you are on your shit. I really hope. I hope you're not on some funny shit. It's just one of those things that you are never will be able to replicate because your aura is off. Your mannerisms most definitely show that you are not retaining. Because it's just like if you had some, at least some self-respect, you would be holding it down, holding it back, and smacking the smack out of somebody if he wants to crack around you. What ring is that? This is from my father. She gave it to my uncle when my uncle was visiting the home country, and she gave this to my uncle. She said, "When you go back to Germany, give this to my son." And you know, my brother got also a ring, but on his ring is the Muslim, the Islamic like half moon, the sign, you know. That's what my brother got. And it's again just one of the many, many signs that God is going to show you that you are on this earth not to play around, not to most definitely hell to the heaven, not waste your God given seed, because this is your energy, this is what makes you as a man. If you remember back to the school times, do you remember when them girls just would randomly come up to you and talk some smack, like some bullshit? Now we know why they would do it. Because you had your energy. You had your little life force energy and it was to the max. Your nuggets was full. Do you remember this? It's just one of those things that you will be never able to replicate until you retain your seed just like you did as a little boy and as a little girl. But not that you got a seed as a little girl, but that you got like, how you call it? I don't know, but you are not playing with yourself. And why do you think girls are faster mature than boys? Because most of the time they don't play with themselves. Damn, how do you know that? Because I actually saw it. I saw it in front of me when I was in the Oberstufenzentrum. This is like when you make like Ausbildung. It's like when you are training for a job, yeah, you have simultaneously to go to a school. And when I was in this school, I remember clearly as day, like night, day and night, the and night. I remember clear as day. I was new on this school, yeah. I coming into the school, sitting my ass down, and I remember, man, and she was just holding up a paper sheet, and on the sheet was written "idiot" on Russian language, and I looked at her, and she looked at me, and I was like, damn, where does she come from? And it's just like one of those things that you will never be able to replicate. How do you know that? Because I'm actually experiencing it. Somebody is popping here hearts and things, I think. So as I said, just hold down your seat. No, hold back your seat, hold it down, keep your game tight. But I mean actual game. I'm not talking about like these guys who are raising up girls, man. I hate them stupid ass, coward ass words that they invented for people who basically have no personality. I mean, you can self-develop, you better do. But most and foremost, you retain your seat and everybody else comes automatic. Yes, it does. You're really asking, how do I know that? It's just one of those things. And you better, when you have a girlfriend right now, or married woman, or relationship plus, basically a girl you are banging with, you better explain to her, or no, you don't even explain. You say, baby girl, I'm not gonna bust that nut. And you know I'm not gonna bust it. And if you smell any kind of resistance, you say, alright, bye. You don't even say bye. That's how cold you are. You better are. I mean, you don't have to be direct like I am. You can make it like a little bit softer in a way that makes sense to her feelings. Because if you try to talk to it with logic to her, she gonna look at you like the crazy one. This is real risk. This is real game that I'm giving to you right now. Bam! How do you know that? Because I actually experienced it. I told you about the woman I talked to about semen retention. She acted like as she fallen all out of the heaven. I think she acted. But I tell you who didn't act, me, because I was like stunned. I thought to myself, why did I told her this? Because I was extremely direct. I said to her, what do you think about guys who are retaining their seed? She said, what? Obviously in German. But after this, I still interacted with her. I'm gonna be honest, I was like a broken man, but at least I wasn't like broken like most of you guys and the guys on the world are. When they're having a weird moment, they just give up, put their head into the napkin where they already defeated and depleted themselves in. It's just one of those things that you will be never able to be replicate, not even once. And even if you retain your seed, your God-given life force energy, you'll be thinking to yourself, Alhamdulillah, and even if you don't believe in it, whatever you believe in, which things you believe in, you're gonna be glad to yourself and say, yes, this is what I have to do, and this is what I'm actually doing, and that's the reason why your ass could be locked up tomorrow and you wouldn't even care. Because you know you're gonna eventually come out of that bitch. Do you understand the double meaning? No, let me take that back. I don't want you to smash girls. I don't want you to take it that far. And even if you do, don't bust in her. You gotta train your pelvic muscle. It's called. Maybe also other muscles, or not even this muscle in your crotch area. You gotta train it so you don't bust. I don't want you to be like after the session be like, damn, baby girl got now all the power, and I am the defeated and depleted Kuma again. That I was literally a second ago. You know, guys, if you are so am Ende wie wir, meaning if you reach that point of no return, and I'm not talking about the bed sheets, I'm talking about like in your life, in your general life, where it's like literally the entire world could fight against you, turn against you, you're gonna smack back. Smack that. It's just one of those things that you never will be able to comprehend, and most definitely not to replicate. No matter how much, how hard you train, because if you don't have the juice between your legs, you're gonna be a tryhard. Yes. And you guys always say, I don't care, I don't give a damn, I don't. But actually you do. But you don't stand to it. You don't stand for it, but you fall for everything that a girl could literally tell you in your face, not, no, I'm not cheating to you. And simultaneously she is sucking off three D's parallel. And you're gonna eventually find it out. You're gonna be heartbroken. You're not gonna be able, might, to ever to come back from this. Or which is probably even worse, three girls could come up to you and you are in a relationship, but they are so seducing and seductive that you say to them, yes, baby girls, yes, I'ma smack you. And you're gonna be not only defeated and depleted like nobody else on this earth for 1 second, and after this your girlfriend gonna find it out, and your girlfriend gonna make your entire life coming after this 1 second to a living nightmare, to a living HE double hockey stick. She gonna do it, and I'm gonna tell you right now how she gonna do it, so you guys don't get into this, like, ever into this situation. I really hope you listen. Now before I get off, I'm gonna tell you how this is gonna happen, slowly but surely, like a burner. So she gonna find out that you are doing these things behind her back, and then she's not gonna tell you. You crazy? Is you actually crazy and think baby girl who is dependent on you gonna tell you straight? Most of them not. Baby girl gonna drain you slowly by talking to you and still acting like the sweet, innocent girl. By the way, girls only a game, risk, call it whatever, how you want to call. Most of them, because we are not masculine enough, they don't come straight up to us. Their dating tactic is like looking sweet and innocent. Some look arrogant and some look sad, but most of them look defeated and depleted. But they literally gonna make it slow as possible, not gonna show it to you that they know that you cheated on them, They might take a bank card. They might. What else? Like they're gonna do something really, 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 like really something that is gonna strike back into your heart. She gonna do it. So this is what also that what I want you, what I want to prevent you from. But if you guys are listening, you're gonna take the information. But if not, you're gonna be having a hard ass time. Damn, how do you know that, Chechen? Because one of an influential mentor of mine that told me this, and I peeped it on other men happening to them. She don't love, and so sad, the saddest it's ever been. She doesn't love, she doesn't love, she doesn't love, she don't love, she don't love. It's the saddest it's ever been. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about for today. Keep your guns up. I don't recommend walking around with guns. What I mean by keep your guns up is, no, I mean like be aware of your surroundings and retain your seat to be aware of your surroundings. Because otherwise, baby girl is gonna play you and faggot ass, sucker ass, fake G's might stab you in the back. So retain your seat, hold it down, and most definitely hold it back.